Bobby. Oops. Up off that? Yeah. Yes. Up off that. Won't you believe my neighbor? Oops. Won't you believe? Yeah. Could you please sing it with me? Baby. Yeah. My neighbor. Hi, neighbor. What's up, my people? This is ShowBizz the Adult. All right, man, look. Who do we have here? My man, Al Drum. What's going on with you? Zay, up off net. What's going on with you? PD. Whoops. All right, man, look. First, I want to say this. Hold on, let me fix the mic. Yes. What's today? Thursday? Wednesday? Is it Wednesday? What's today? Hold on. It's hump day, baby. We have a lot to talk about in the war report. Welcome to the early morning ShowBizz the Adult Community. ShowBizz the podcast. Let's talk about what we have to cover today. 1 second. I got up pretty late today. You all know that we have the Devin Haney interview later on this afternoon. Okay, it's going to be pre-recorded, but I am going to premiere it live. So hit the Tyson bell. Devin Haney will be showing up to this community on the ShowBizz the Adult platform. There's a lot to really discuss with Devin the Dream Haney. Thank you all for all the questions. I think the interview is going to be like 30 minutes, something like that, but we're going to make sure that it's potent. Have all the questions out there, everything that you really need to know right now. And I am in discussions with BUSR.com. Go to BUSR.com/ShowBizz. Place a bet on your favorite fights. BUSR.com and we are discussing with our merch supplier to see if we can get an autographed boxing glove autographed by Tyson, the Gypsy King Fury. That's right. Anthony AJ Joshua, his autographed boxing glove, and that's being shipped. That's on its way now. And Tyson, the Gypsy King Fury, autographed boxing gloves. I'm giving them both away for the big fight. Hit the Tyson bell. Both of them sponsored by BUSR.com. Go to BUSR.com/ShowBizz. Place a bet on your favorite fights. Hold on. Biz, you think Floyd would be on the ESBC? You know how he wanting all type of money to be on anything. No, I don't think so. I think Floyd Mayweather is, if it's not his thing that he's creating, he doesn't give anyone any leverage or any access to who he is. All right, it has to be him. All right, so if it's a Floyd Money Mayweather game, you will see him in the game. I don't think he'll be. Believe me, when we were reaching out to the Mayweathers, when I was trying to do Hard Knock Nights live, and I was trying to do that boxing game, before the funding just got a bit low. But before that was going on, we reached out to Mayweather. I mean, that was just the attitude. Okay, so I don't know if that didn't change with EA. I don't think it'll change with ESBC. But ESBC doing some great things. They got a very deep roster. They getting people that I didn't expect them to get anyway. So who knows? It's Tyson Bell. So let's talk about everything we're going to discuss today. Biz turning 2021 into 2021 into Tyson Bell. I never heard that before. That was pretty dope. So let's talk about first, we're going to do Twitter fingers. And that's the Black Two Sugars Bobby. We're doing Twitter fingers first. Second, we're going to talk about Mike Tyson, the title here. Mike Tyson says AJ isn't fast enough. He won't touch Fury unless he's faster than Wilder. We got to talk about that. That's going to take up the bulk of our conversation. I'm sure of it. AJ may hit harder than Wilder, but not faster. That's what Iron Mike Tyson said. We'll talk about that. Teddy Atlas says Fury can KO Joshua. You know what, man? What's up with this disrespect, man? I feel like Snoop Dogg. I feel like Snoop during that the Source Awards when he was telling New York, wait, y'all don't love Death Row? Hold on. Y'all don't love the dog? Y'all don't love Snoop Dogg? Well, let it be known then. That's how I feel. Let it be known then. That's how I'm feeling. Teddy Atlas said that Fury can KO Joshua. Well, let it be known then. Y'all don't like Joshua? Y'all, wait, hold on. Y'all don't love Anthony AJ Joshua? Well, let it be known now. So let's see. Mike Tyson says his fight with Evander the Real Deal is on May 29th. I'll talk about that because I know that he said it. I think he was on like Fight Hub or something like that. I know he said it. But we'll go into details about how I feel about that. Because I know there's a lot of things that still has to be done. I've reached out to the Tyson team this morning because I know TMZ reported on it. A lot of big names are reporting on it, right? I think ESPN meant so, but I'm still not. I don't think anything is signed to paper, but I don't know for sure. Okay, so I'm reaching out to Team Tyson now to make sure I have the real information to give you guys. But we'll talk about what I think. Jamal Charlo, he said he isn't fighting. I mean, he didn't say he isn't focused on David Benavidez right now. Now he is focused on Triple G. We'll talk about that. I told you guys. I told you. Stipe Miocic, he said that he wants to fight the winner between Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. I'm not sure if he thinks this is a video game, but he has to get past Francis Ngannou first, and we'll talk about that. Harold Knight, now part of Dillian White's coaching team. He is the revenge coach. If you guys know who Harold Knight is, he was a co-trainer of Lennox Lewis back in the 90s. You know, he had Lennox Lewis, and he was with Emmanuel Stewie. They had their revenge on Oliver McCall on Rockmine. So now he's with Team Dillian White. Perfect addition to the coaching team. We'll talk about Harold Knight, what he has to say there. And Josh Taylor versus Ramirez. It may just be in Las Vegas. They've narrowed down the venue. They're talking about possibly Las Vegas. And now I want to know, what does that mean when it comes to Fury versus Joshua? Hit the Tyson bell. Okay, let's start with the Twitter fingers. Everybody ready? It's 233 people in here. Let's start the show. Let's go to the Twitter fingers. Let's see. Twitter fingers. It's becoming one of my favorite. I mean, Ms. Biz Snap, man. It's becoming one of my favorite part of the show. Twitter fingers. Let's go through the war report. Devin Haney. Devin the Dream. There you go, Ms. Biz, since you know he's going to be on the show. Let's see what Devin the Dream Haney has to say. Some people hate you for who you are. Some hate you for who you aren't. Okay. And that's the question. I'm going to ask Devin Haney. Hugo, welcome to a new member, boy. New member to ShowBizz adult membership. So some people hate you for. So that's what we're going to talk about on the show. Are you or are you not the WBC champion? We don't know if we want to hate you or love you. We got to know what to hate or love. Are you the WBC champion or not? What's going on? So we have to. That was a beautiful tweet for Devin the Dream Haney, and thanks Ms. Biz for sending that out. What else we got? Matchroom. Over 20,000 Canelo versus Saunders pre-sale tickets sold on day one. Super middleweight unification clash on Cinco de Mayo weekend at AT&T Stadium. It looks like that fight's going to sell out. Canelo Alvarez versus Saunders. Hit the Tyson bell for Canelo. And Saunders having a big fight. Look like it's going to sell out right now. Pre-sold over 20K. Beautiful thing for boxing. Beautiful thing for those boys. It's good to know that people are still like, hey, go for undisputed. Billy Joe Saunders was the guy that Canelo should have been, could have fought 2 years ago. Billy Joe Saunders got in his own way there. But now it looks like, and now we're going to have the fight. We got the venue, all those things. Cinco de Mayo weekend, already close to selling out. Beautiful thing. What else we got? Klitschko. He said that he does 100 push-ups daily. And he split 50-50. So that's 2 sets of 50 reps each. Said he's loving it. Go ahead, Klitschko, stand in shape. Which I remember hearing whispers of Iron Mike Tyson taking on Evander Holyfield or Klitschko. I was hearing whispers about that, but not from the Tyson team. But I was hearing what writers and reporters talk about that. It's good to know. I mean, you see Klitschko, see that he's a gym rat. Okay. So the type of shape that big boy's in, that's something I would like to see him in the Legends Only League. Klitschko would probably be the king of the Legends Only League. I mean, the guy's just dynamic. In his maturing age, staying in great shape. Klitschko is definitely an inspiration. What else we got? Jermell Charlo. What does he have to say? Jermell Charlo says, no, they need to learn the difference. God damn it. He said, don't wait until careers are over. Oh, he's talking about people not knowing the difference between him and Jamal still. Don't wait until careers are over. Learn the difference now. I came out in 07 MFer. I'm the one with the blemish. I'm the one with the blemished record, neck tats, 154, little twin. Go ahead, my man. He owns what he is. I'm the little twin. I'm the one with the blemish on the record. He doesn't care if you think Jamal is greater than him or whatever, which I think Jermell is greater than Jamal right now. I think Jamal is a better fighter, but I think Jermell is in the pound for pound list. I don't have Jamal Charlo in the pound for pound list. But with that said, if you think he's greater, if he's bigger, he's undefeated, I got the blemish. Just know the difference. And that's the black two sugars. So I love that. What else we got? Jesse Vargas. Everybody remember Jesse Vargas. I'm back May 8th. Wow. That's on the undercard of Billy Joe Saunders and Canelo. I'm looking forward to showing you what I've been working on these few months. Go ahead, Jesse Vargas. Is he on the undercard? I think that means he's on the undercard. Amanda Serrano. I mean, many people think she's the GOAT. Here I am, less than 24 hours from weigh-in. I made 126.6. Guess what? I'm going to do. Guess what I'm going to do? Eat suckers. I'll go to 120. I just got a text from Team Tyson, so it put me on pause for a minute. I go to 128, then I'll wake up at 126. After that, I'm all the way up to at least 132. We are masters at making weight in 7 divisions. I never had to lose an ounce of weight in the weigh-in. My girl, hold on real quick. I think I got a super chat. No? Yeah, Amanda Serrano, just letting you guys know, she got this thing to a science. She's going to make weight. She's going to dominate. All she does is win, go up and down divisions. All you got to do is have respect and love for her. Yeah, I'm not gonna I just got a text from Team Tyson. I'm going to wait for this call with Team Tyson before I report yay or nay on Evander Holyfield versus Iron Mike Tyson 3. Okay, so that's the Twitter fingers. How you guys feel about that? ShowBizz, did you hear the news with Tank? The news that his personal life. I heard it. Like I said, I don't speak on stuff I don't know. Brother, I told you guys. I told you guys. Die Hard Boxing, new member, boy. I told you, if you're talking about that, what up, Biz? Like the shirt. Thank you so much. If you guys talking about that, what's going on with his personal life and legal issues, I told you, I'm no snitch. I don't look at personal stuff. Where I'm from, my demographic, who I am, we don't roll like that. I'm a boxing analyst. So when it comes to their personal life and stuff, I don't, hey, look what he's doing. I'm going to talk about in front of 328. Everybody hit the like button. There's not even 100 likes. There's 328 people in here. Come on, y'all. Hit the like button, please. Everybody hit the like. You know what to do. Hit the like button. Let's get up to 300 likes. I don't roll like that in front of, thousands of people talking about what Tank Davis is doing in his life. Guess what he's doing? Oops, brother, I know I report on things. This is the war report, but this is the war report. This is the war room for warriors in the ring, bro, or in the octagon. I really don't get down like that. Okay, we don't move like that. All right, so let's talk. Hold on. Hold on. You don't want to leave Team Tyson waiting, dog. You, just act like you too big for Team Tyson. All right. Let's see. Let me get my head back balanced. All right, man. Look, let's talk. Iron Mike Tyson. Speaking of which, Iron Mike Tyson. Everybody hit the like button. Says Anthony AJ Drew isn't fast enough and won't touch Fury unless he's faster than Wilder. There is so much to say. There is so much to say. And first, I'm going to say this, okay? Wait, y'all don't love Joshua? Hold on. Y'all love Anthony AJ Joshua? Well, let it be known then. Mike Tyson did say that he is a fan of Anthony AJ Joshua. He said that he likes him. He thinks he's a great fighter. He actually said that Anthony Joshua may punch harder than Wilder, but he's not faster. There's a lot. Best Life, the beautiful Best Life. Shout out to you. Thanks for the pink hearts. There's a lot to say about. You got to decode that. This may take 30 minutes to decode just that. First of all, AJ faster than Wilder. Probably not. I heard Tyson Fury say it wasn't Wilder's power, it was his speed. Hit the Tyson bail. I heard Tyson Fury say that once. Tyson need black, 2 sugars. Don't tell him I said that. J-Body, I ain't telling him. He may hit me just because I know you, J-Body. Hey, J-Body said, oh. You know when you get hit and you run off, you know, you hold your nose and start running down the street. I'm not trying to be on that. All right. If I can find my nose. Hold up. Hey, nobody move. I'm just trying to find my nose. It had 2 nostrils. Yeah, it had a booger in it too. Oh, there it is. Thank you. Now go to the doctor. But here we go. So look. That's the black douche. Look. Tyson Fury said the problem with fighting Wilder was his speed. Okay. So AJ may not be a real man wear pink 100%. He may not be faster than Wilder. Okay. But he has better time. Does he have better? Ooh. He has better all around timing and placement than Wilder. Okay. All around. Wilder has great timing with the right hand if you're going to be at that distance. He has great placement with the right hand if you're going to be at that distance. But he doesn't have great timing and placement with his jab, with his hook, with his footwork. You know what I mean? AJ got all those things, which is why he was able to outbox faster fighters in Joseph Parker, and Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz is faster. Joseph Parker is faster. But AJ was able to beat him with the time, and Lennox Lewis did it all the time. So I must concede to Mike Tyson when he says Anthony Joshua isn't faster than Wilder. Fine. I'm also going to concede to this. I like when he said that AJ punches harder than Wilder. Now, I know there's going to be Wilder fans that's going to get on my case. Hey, stomp on me, throw me away, do what you have to do. But I'm going to have to explain myself, or I'm going to have to kind of echo what Mike Tyson is saying here. Look, I know people may think Mike Tyson is capping. And I've said myself that Deontay Wilder is the best knockout artist in heavyweight history. But with that said, right, AJ has an elite, he's our second hardest puncher as far as KO artists. He's number 2. AJ stays on the line too much. A classic European fighter, great combos, still stiff. I don't think he's stiff. I think I like the way he's moving. I really do. I like it, but he stays on the line. I like the way he's moving. I really do. Because he's in position to deliver his shots too. I like how he's moving. But who's offline all the time is Tyson Fury. But listen, no, he's not. Hold on. AJ punches hard, cumulative. Hold on. You want to know why? And I've mentioned this before. You want to know why Shavers is a harder puncher than Deontay Wilder? You guys heard me say it before. Everybody in the war room, holler at me. In this community, holler at me. You want to know why Shavers is a harder puncher than Wilder? Now, he wasn't a better one-punch knockout artist than Wilder, but he was a harder puncher. That's the Black Two Sugars. He was a harder puncher. It took me a while to understand this, too. There was a minute after Wilder knocked out Ortiz by hitting him in the forehead. I was like, that's the hardest puncher ever. ShowBizz, who's your top 3 heavyweight in history, in your opinion? Muhammad Ali, Joe Louis, Jack Johnson. He hurts you everywhere. I remember exactly. Shavers, I've never known Deontay Wilder to be called a devastating body puncher, that he can break your elbows down, that he hurts your shoulders. Everywhere he hits you is crumbling. I've never heard that before. Now, he'll hit you and knock you out. You're out before you can feel the pain. It's like, bam, I heard somebody say, I forgot who it was. Oh, my God. I forgot who it was. He said Deontay Wilder power doesn't feel like it's from a human being. It feels like it's some type of animal, some type of bison, bull or something. Who said that? And I know Junior Fa also said that boy is powerful. Okay, so Deontay Wilder is powerful, but I'm saying he has a right hand that puts you away. Shavers break you up. Mike Tyson breaks you up everywhere they hit you. Rocky Marciano breaks you up where they hit you. I can understand Mike Tyson saying that AJ may punch harder than Wilder because AJ punch great with an uppercut. Not that he possessed more strength than Wilder, but power is also, if you understand how to use it. How about this? AJ understands how to use his power better than Wilder. He knows how to fundamentally throw a left hook, uppercut, right hand, straight right hook in a more powerful way than Deontay Wilder consistently. That's what that is. That's what it is. That's what it is. Tiz. You feel me? That's what it is, Tiz. You feel me? So that's why I can understand Mike Tyson saying that. All right. Now, leverage. Yeah. Now, with that said, though, with all of Wilder's speed and all of his power, it made no difference. The second fight, once Tyson Fury grabbed his kryptonite and said, let me come up 270 pounds. Deontay Wilder got those skinny legs. Let me shorten up the distance and let me get the data from Deontay Wilder throwing that measuring stick left hand to know that the right is coming. So I'm going to shorten the distance right then, step into him. It's going to be easy work. So all that speed and power did not matter when it comes to timing and fundamentals and slickness. Okay. Like I said, I'm not sure if Tyson Fury takes the fight to AJ, but the trouble AJ is going to have is when a fighter is faster than he is, he's able to outbox him the way he did Andy Ruiz and Joseph Parker. Joseph Parker, because he had that height and reach advantage. He doesn't have that against Tyson Fury. So it's going to be tough, okay? He's going to have to take the fight to do both. He's going to have to do both. You know, with Floyd Mayweather being a part of his camp and stuff like that, he's going to have to be slick and do both. He's going to have to be inside, outside. This is going to be a very difficult fight for AJ. I agree. Now, Teddy Atlas went on to say that Tyson Fury can knock out AJ. Hit the Tyson Bear. If AJ can keep stamina, it's going to be a great fight. I think he can. I think everybody's been talking about stiffness and stamina because they may have not seen an AJ fight in a couple years. From Pulev and Andy Ruiz, I'm fine now, obvious. And then he's going to be even better against Tyson Fury. You know, you kind of look at the forecast like a projection. You say, okay, he was here. Andy Ruiz, he added to it on Pulev. He's going to add to it for Tyson Fury. And another thing is everybody is counting him out, right? Everybody's counting Anthony AJ Joshua out. AJ may just have to, he may come with that Andy Ruiz loss was huge. If he would have never lost to Andy Ruiz, I'm not sure we'll be talking like this. Or they would be talking like this. But for me, because of his loss to Andy Ruiz and his adjustments, is why I think he's closer. It's a better chance of him beating Tyson Fury. I'm a bit different. I think the guy that all the way up to fight Andy Ruiz. If he would have never lost to Andy Ruiz and stayed like that, Tyson Fury would have whooped his ass way easier. I never thought AJ would beat Tyson Fury until he lost to Andy Ruiz and start making those adjustments. I'm a bit different there. Hit the Tyson bell. Hold on. Oh, no. So Teddy Atlas said that Tyson, the Gypsy King Fury, can knock out Anthony AJ Joshua. Agreed. Agreed. I feel you on that, Biz. Much jab the like button. Yeah, everybody hit the like button. There's 500 people in here. Come on, let's everybody right now. Right now, everybody start hitting the like button. Let's get up to 300 likes. Everybody right now, hit the like button. Let's get, because I know you hear me say it all the time. You hear other platforms say it all the time. Hitting the like button helps a lot with a channel. You guys don't understand. When we say hit the like button, you don't understand how much that really helps in growing a channel. All right. So everybody, please hit the like button if you love this channel, if you like this channel, if you want me to keep doing a podcast and keep, being successful and have this channel grow, you gotta, all your part is only to hit the like button. So please hit the like button. Teddy Atlas said Tyson Fury can knock out AJ. He can. The pillow fist thing is ridiculous to me. You guys hear a term and run with it. We need more leaders and less followers. Okay. The whole pillow fist thing is ridiculous. It's the same thing that I was hearing before Tony Harrison. Tony Harrison got a fight coming up, by the way. But before Tony Harrison fought Charlo in the second fight, he's living rent-free in his head. We kept hearing that over and over. Tony Harrison going to win. He's living rent-free. Did everybody make that up? Was that an original thought from everybody? No. Most people are followers. They heard a phrase, and they didn't bring up jab, head movement, punches to the body, footwork, determination, nothing. He's living rent-free in his head. He's living rent-free in his. It's such casual talk to grab one phrase and just keep repeating it and say, this is where I'm going to put my money on. And then Charlo went on and knocked his ass out, hit the Tyson bell. So, the same thing with Tyson Gypsy King Fury. Pillow fist. Bro, listen, when you're 250 to 270 pounds of 6'9" professional puncher, you will knock out anybody, especially a guy like AJ, who's been wobbled and knocked down many times, okay? Tyson Fury can definitely knock AJ completely out, where he gets up and wobble and they got to wave it off. I mean, that can definitely happen, bro. 100% happen. 100%. ShowBizz, do you think Fury would be the best come fight time? I feel like he always prevail when Fury was the underdog against Klitschko and Wilder, and now he's the favorite. Is this a problem? No, I think Fury knows this, and I think Fury is making himself the underdog. He's making himself the bad guy. That motivates him. Think about what he's doing. He only feels comfortable as the underdog. Anthony Joshua had a fight. Tyson Fury hasn't fought since February of 2020. So Fury is already communicating that. Fury is already kind of being a jerk. He's being jerkish. He's going to be the one to hype the fight and make a goof out of AJ. All of that is going to feed into this guy. And to be very honest with you, I think Tyson Fury shouldn't be that much of a favorite. I think it should be 50-50 because he hasn't fought since February 2020. Okay? But I think Fury, that's the mindset he gets into. He loves when the odds are stacked against him. He loves when it's like there's no way he should be able to do this. That get-up moment against Deontay Wilder when he beat Klitschko dressed like Batman in the press conference. I think that's Tyson Fury. And I think he's doing it right now. You hear him, you look at the interviews, and he's doing it again right now. That's his gas. That fills his gas tank. I'm getting so many texts. It's insane. It's insane, bro. It's really insane. In my opinion, AJ has a suspect chin. He got exposed fighting Ruiz. No one knew that Roy Jones Jr. had a glass jaw until he got older. Your thoughts? Number one, Roy Jones didn't have a glass jaw. It turned into glass once he got hit with the devastating punch that ruined him. Just like David Reed, just like Meldrick Taylor, right? Roy Jones been hit on the chin many times. If you look at his career, he was hit on the chin many times, especially against the ropes. He'd get hit on the chin. He didn't. After that, think about Glenn Johnston when he knocked out Roy Jones. Roy Jones called a seizure. That's Roy Jones didn't have that type of chin his whole career where he gets hit, he catches a seizure. That punch from Tarver wrecked him. That's common sense, okay? If you see him before Tarver and after that. Tarver said himself, oh, if Roy Jones is shot, if his chin is shot, I shot him. Hit the Tyson bell. So that was it. Okay, that happens. AJ has a suspect. It was exposed fighting Ruiz. It was exposed to casuals fighting Ruiz. You saw AJ rocked against Dillian White. You saw AJ dropped against Klitschko. Him getting dropped or rocked was not bizarre for anybody who are boxing fans. They saw it. They knew AJ had a suspect chin. When you see me calling the fight and AJ is swinging, I'm like, uh-oh, he's about to open himself up. AJ will always get hurt swinging. If he swings too wild, he'll get caught in that, right? He like against Dillian White. He was getting too excited then. So people who knew AJ and knew boxing knew that he could get rocked. Oh, yes. That he can get dropped. Oh, yes. Now, we did a count, and Fury got dropped almost as many times as AJ. I think AJ got dropped one more time than Fury. Fury got dropped against Cunningham. Fury got dropped twice against Wilder, one other time. Fury's been dropped, I think, like 4 times. AJ been dropped like 5. So they're, you know what I'm saying? They're both getting dropped. Andy Ruiz punch hard. Deontay Wilder punch hard. Okay. And most of AJ getting dropped was one fight. Most of the times, Tyson Fury got dropped was one fight against Wilder. So you got to everything in a clear perspective. AJ wasn't exposed whatsoever from people who watch AJ fight. Ruiz wasn't a bum, just not popular. The boy can fight. Yeah, J Body. And I was saying that leading up to the fight. I'm like, man, remember? It was in front of the fireplace. In front of the fireplace. I said, man, look, I know Andy Ruiz. I remember I thought he beat Joseph Parker. That is going to be a rough one. But I called AJ to win. Very similar to when I called Adesanya to beat Blachowicz. The same reason why I'm calling Tank to beat Mario Barrios. Because you think, okay, maybe they're Supermen. Maybe there's some super element that means that those guys are always going to win and you can't bet against them. And then Blachowicz proves you wrong. And then Ruiz proves you wrong. Mario Barrios can prove you wrong. Look, if I use my just brain, my boxing brain, Tank is up against it if he takes on Mario Barrios. If everything's okay with his personal life and he gets in the ring with Mario Barrios, if I just use my brain, Mario Barrios can beat Tank for sure. It's not even for sure. But if you just say, I'm going to go off the hype, I'm going to go off the fact that Tank Davis is just amazing, I guess. I'm going to do that Adesanya thing against Blachowicz. He moved up against Blachowicz. There's so many things to say Blachowicz going to beat him. He's way too big. He's too good on the ground. Adesanya is going to stop the takedowns, right? He always does. He does with middleweights. Does he with light heavyweights and somebody as good as Blachowicz? You know, it's like, man, he's going to knock out Blachowicz. Is he though? Does he have the power to knock out Blachowicz? You know, if I were to use my analytical without putting that X factor on the fact that Adesanya is just amazing. If I don't do that with Gervonta Tank Davis, Mario Barrios can beat him, bro. If I didn't do that with AJ, I'm sitting here like Andy Ruiz could probably beat this dude. Hit the Tyson bell. So J Body is absolutely right. He's absolutely right. A new member, baby. When Fury got up in a 12th round after Wilder dropped him, he was like, all right, man, look. Great channel, Biz. What happens if you spar Raphael? If I spar Raphael, talking about UFC trainer, he'll give me all the love and excitement. You talking about him? He'll talk me up to, I think that's what you're talking about. He'll talk me up to snap off. Like if I was training and sparring with him, man, I may feel like throw me in there, coach. All right, let me see. Yeah, he'll be in my head making me think I can do anything. Let's see what else we got. What else we got? Stipe Miocic, he said that he wants to fight Fury or Joshua. Stipe got to get past Francis Ngannou, and if he does, I would bro, I would like to see you against Francis Ngannou in a boxing match before you talk about Fury or Joshua. Fury or Joshua will whoop the hell out of Stipe Miocic in a boxing match. That'd be ridiculous. What up, ShowBizz? And the community at work just listen to the best combat sports channel, my man. Thank you so much, Ninja. I know you're getting that bread. Get to the bag, baby. Get to the bag. What else we got? Oh, do you think Fury and AJ odds reflect the actual probabilities? Kinda. A new member, baby. Ultimate member. Kinda. The reason why I say kinda is because Tyson Fury is the favorite. He should be. I mean, when you look at those two, Tyson Fury is a better boxer. So he's the favorite, bro. And when you look at the odds, it's plus 195, I think, for Tyson Fury and minus 164. It's not much. Are those the odds? It's not that much of a difference. I think so. I think so. I think so. I think so. 80.2K channel was growing fast. Biz. ShowBizz the adult equal legend 100. My man. Everybody is sharing a lot for that Anthony AJ Joshua boxing glove, though. All you guys are getting busy up in here trying to get that glove. Much love to you guys supporting, and that's why my channel is growing so fast. This is the fastest growing boxing, YouTube boxing channel in the world. It is. Head to Tyson Bale. We're flying, and all you guys are a part of it. It's a beautiful thing. Don't forget, Devin Haney will be on the show later this afternoon. I got some questions for Devin Haney. He got some answers. It's going to be a beautiful thing. I will be premiering the interview later this afternoon. Make sure you're here for that. As long as the time off didn't make Fury go too crazy, too much time between fights is his only drug, like Broner said. Just keep him fighting. Yeah. That ruins Tyson Fury. He got to fight. One way to your way. Hit the Tyson Bale. ShowBizz the GOAT. Much love to you. Thank you. Big up Biz. Best boxing channel. No debate. Thank you so much. All right, man. Look. Mike Tyson says Holyfield fight is May 29th. Let me tell you what I think. And this is before I talk to Team Tyson. Okay. I'll be talking to him later. This is before. So this is just me. This is not any information I've gotten from Team Tyson. Any of that information, I'll just do a video. Okay. This is just me shooting from the hip on what I think. Mike Tyson said that his fight, he's going to have a fight with Holyfield May 29th. Okay. But I also heard Evander Holyfield team say the negotiations aren't going well. It's a wrap. Hit the Tyson Bale. But I also heard Mike Tyson say there's a lot of doors to close. I'm paraphrasing before we get to that fight. All right. This is what I think. I think the intentions are for Holyfield and Tyson to fight. I think that. DP for the community. So I think they're going to fight. And I think Mike Tyson said May 29th because when Mike Tyson wants to fight, damn it, he wants to fight. Okay. When Mike Tyson has said, okay, I'm ready when he put that switch on, okay, I've rested, this and this, I'm ready to fight. When he hits that switch, the boy want to fight tomorrow. All right. Hold on. ShowBizz. Can the betting odds change before the fight? Fury is a beast, but I still got my money on AJ. Yeah, enough you guys bet on AJ on ShowBizz on busr.com/ShowBizz. Go to busr.com/ShowBizz. You place enough bets on AJ, it will change the odds. Remember when I did that, when I put 10K on Lomachenko, I shifted the odds big, right? So then people put money on Teofimo Lopez at one big, and BUSR was like, what you do that for, bro? What you do? Now we're shelling out money out the anus, okay, for those who want. So go to busr.com/ShowBizz. Place a bet on your favorite fights. I think Tyson wants Holyfield. I think Holyfield wants Tyson. All right. I think Holyfield wants to cut loose to see what he really can do out there. I mean, Tyson. I think Tyson wants to cut loose to see what he really can do out there. Holyfield's going to cut loose anyway. All right. This fight right here is meaningful because the bite fight is a shadow over Tyson. It is. Tyson is great without the bite fight. But when people all they have are old ass jokes about Tyson and the ear. And even to this day, it's kind of like, wow. So that's a shot. I think Tyson wants to smoke. Holyfield wants to smoke. I'm going to be rooting for Iron Mike Tyson. Tyson, get that smoke, dog. If you're watching Tyson, get busy. Open up like a son of a gun. Evander Real Deal Holyfield is my favorite heavyweight ever. But Mike Tyson is my friend. Mike Tyson, get busy. Get busy, Mike. But I was around the camp in the lead up to Roy Jones Jr. And I remember when that fight was planned for September. And I remember when it shifted to November. When I was around the camp while they were preparing for the September date, though Mike Tyson was focused and getting busy, I was seeing and hearing like disarray with, hey, man, what's going to happen here? What's going to happen here? That like September's around the corner. We haven't done this yet. We haven't done that yet. I was starting to suspect, hold on, they may have to push that fight out. When the fight was pushed out, I wasn't surprised. Okay. Voice of Boxing Black, 2 Sugars in the bank. My man. So why have experiences if you're not going to learn from them? So I'm going from my own mind, not from Team Tyson, just coming from me. I think that Tyson wants May 29th, but I think that may change. And I think they do want to fight each other, and a fight will happen. I think it will happen. I'm not sure what the platform's going to be on. I think this is a big enough fight where you start talking about Showtime, when you start talking about ESPN, when you start talking about, and don't forget, you got Jacksonville, right? You got UFC 261 going to have a full crowd. So you got to start thinking about full crowds, thinking about live press conferences without the glass in between, thinking about some real things with Tyson Holyfield, some true snapping and going back and forth and all those things. So I'm not sure if May 29th would be the best date for that. I would suspect that it'll be pushed out to have more hype, because this fight can be the biggest fight of 2021, and that's the Black 2 Sugars. Hit the Tyson bell. All right, let's move on. We almost done with the show. I did not have ShowBizz the advice today. Nobody sent me. Well, I got some emails, but it was the type of stuff that was just raunchy and just like, come on, y'all, don't send me that mess. I'm not gonna read that. That was just, come on, bro. What do you think this is? Okay. All right. So look, what else we got? Jamal Charlo. He's not focused on David Benavidez. He said he's too young. Now he's focused on Triple G. This is what I want to say about that. Here's what I want to say about that. Everybody hit the like button. What? Y'all want to hear the Black 2 Sugars about that? Look, man, I am not going to hype up or push or promote any fights that's not signed or look like it's on, bro. I am so off that. I told you guys yesterday. Okay, Adam Deans versus Better BF, Estrada versus Roman Gonzalez, Valdez versus Burchelt, Povetkin versus Dillian White, Canelo Alvarez versus Billy Joe Saunders, Mo Hooker versus Virgil Ortiz Jr., a new member, King, a young king, baby. That's what I'm for. That's what I'm pushing. Fights that's happening. All right. If it looks like they're really negotiating and it's happening, Chisora versus Joseph Parker, I'm pushing. Now, if there's whispers, a new voice in the net. If there's whispers and people, hey, Benavidez, Jamal Charlo, but I'm not talking about that. I would add that to Twitter fingers. That war report at the beginning, the Twitter fingers. I'll do that. But no more am I really trying to break down David Benavidez versus Charlo and stuff like that. Look, what I want to say in addition to that is this. Jamal Charlo going for Triple G makes more sense after Canelo Alvarez became franchise champion. And you guys know I love Jamal Charlo. I'm a bigger fan of Jamal Charlo than Canelo, period. All right? Period. And that's the Black Two Sugars. But me, who I'm a bigger fan of, not dictate what I say, how I criticize, how I analyze, and how I call the sport of boxing. With that said, it is damn true. Jamal Charlo is a middleweight fighter, and I want to see what he does at middleweight. Hey, unify. Fight Triple G. And if Triple G doesn't fight him, forget Canelo Alvarez versus Jamal Charlo. Let's talk about guys who's in their division. Triple G, what are you doing? Forget the pressure on people who are outside of the division. Better BF versus Canelo. No. How about Triple G versus Jamal Charlo? What the hell's going on? Andre Triple G. Andre Jamal Charlo. What's going on? Hit the Tyson bell. So Jamal Charlo actually going for Triple G. I'm fine. Triple G's too old. Old schmoed. Are you fighting? Just like Manny Pacquiao. I have the same criticisms for Triple G as I do for Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao versus Elder True Spence. Are y'all going to fight or no? Manny Pacquiao versus Terrence Bud Crawford. Are you going to fight or no? If people can put that type of pressure on Manny Pacquiao, I'm putting that type of pressure on Triple G, especially when, just like Manny Pacquiao, he looked sensational his last fight. Triple G looked amazing. If Triple G was 24 years old, if the guy I saw in his last fight was a 24-year-old, 22-year-old prospect, I'll be excited about him. So Triple G versus Jamal, let's go. Triple G said himself after the fight, I'm sorry, y'all. I know y'all want some real fights, some real names. I promise you guys, I'll give you a real name next. Well, let's go. I want to see unified at middleweight before we start talking about Benavidez, talking about anybody outside. Caleb Plant, look, either move up to 168 or clear out your division. Your little twin, Jamal Charlo is clearing out 154, bro. And that's the Black Two Sugars. That's the Black Two Sugars. It's not like Canelo is going to fight Joshua Fury next. Funny. That's the Black Two Sugars. All right. So, one, Jamal, I'm not hyping up no Jamal David Benavidez until they talking about signing. And two, Jamal Charlo versus Triple G is the right trajectory for me. That makes sense to me. Fight Triple G. Danny Jacobs did. Canelo did. Jamal, fight Triple G. And know what? Not even Jamal fight Triple G. I'm sorry, Jamal. My bad. Triple G, fight Jamal. Because Jamal going to want Triple G. Triple G, fight Jamal. Hit the Tyson bell. I'm not putting the pressure on Jamal Charlo. Jamal Charlo whooped Sergey Derevchenko. I think Sergey Derevchenko beat Triple G. So while we're talking, they both got a like opponent. While we're talking, Triple G fight Jamal. And that's the Black Two Sugars. That's the Black Two Sugars. Hit the Tyson bell. Young King says membership ended without knowing it. It's all good, brother. It's all good. Look, Jamal is calling out Triple G. At least Jamal is mentioning Triple G. He said pressure on both. Absolutely. But at least Jamal is mentioning Triple G. Triple G ain't said jack. He ain't said nothing. If he says Jamal Charlo name back, we may have a fight. Triple G ain't said jack. Hit the Tyson bell. Stagger Lee, thank you for the super chat. All right. That's the Black Two Sugars, bro. That's the Black Two Sugars. All right. So look, Harold Knight is now part of Dillian White coaching team, the revenge coach. Now, Harold Knight is considered the revenge coach, right? He was a part of the he was co-trainer of Lennox Lewis back in the 1990s with Emmanuel Stewart. Emmanuel Stewart, we love you, boy. Back with Emmanuel Stewart back then in the 1990s when he lost to Oliver McCall and he had his revenge. Lennox Lewis had his revenge against Oliver McCall. All of his losses been avenged. When he lost against Rahman and he had his revenge against Rahman. Harold Knight said They, after losing and getting that data, they were able to study that data, know the adjustments, and coming back to be 100% with all the losses being avenged. Now he's a part of Dillian White's coaching team. That looks good for Dillian White. Harold Knight knows how to look at fights, okay, historic fights that happened before, collect that data, and know how to train someone up to make the right adjustments. So Harold Knight is great to be added to the team. Okay. Now, on top of that, Harold Knight, he said that he remembers everything Emmanuel Stewart said. So sometimes when he's coaching Dillian White, he says that he just mentions things that Stewart said. Like, hey, look, I can't believe all these things, these lessons that Emmanuel Stewart taught me stuck. So he's able to echo those things to Dillian White. That's a beautiful thing. Okay, that's legacy. That's in your DNA. When you get that information, legacy is very important. All right. He also said, he talked about Povetkin. Povetkin is a gold medal Olympian. Povetkin is a great amateur fighter. He knows that if you hurt Povetkin, he has the experience to weather it, make adjustments, and do what he have to do. He said beating Povetkin is going to be extremely difficult. Okay, but he's not going to give away the game plan. He saw things that Dillian White did well. He saw things that he can exploit in Povetkin. So expect those things come this weekend. Dillian White versus Povetkin. That's the Black Two Sugars. Hit the Tyson bell. I love it. I love it. I still got Povetkin, but I love it. Okay. Maybe Harold Knight just got magic with him when it comes to rematches. I love it. For the community. My man said Devin Haney. He called himself Devin Haney Jr. Devin Haney is the email champ. And then he put laughing emojis. That's exactly why the interview is not going to be live. Because when that much disrespect for a fighter, you know, when that happens in a live interview, it kind of throws the class of it off. Regardless, we have to say what we have to say to each other when we kick the mess, kick the bobos with each other. Like, hey, man, you're an email champ. Yeah, you're a paper champ and all those things. But when it comes to actually conducting a professional interview, you don't want those things. So if you guys want to know why I'm not doing it live, that's why. Not to say that this is not a great war room, a great community, but you're going to have stragglers, you know, just stinking up the place, right? So we don't want that type of disrespect. Loved by the legend you named after two-time Tyson, my man. Hey Biz, when are we going to get a chance to win for the Tyson Bell signed by ShowBizz the adult as a prize? This Tyson Bell is signed by Iron Mike Tyson. You think I'm going to give this away? No, this stays. This stays home, baby. That's why it's called the Tyson Bell. I don't give that away. I'm giving away enough things, man. I have to give away. I got this for Father's Day. I'm not going to give away everything. Like, hey, I'm gonna give y'all the whole set. Now this one stays home. This stays with me, dog. This one stays home. All right. I feel like I'm like Ike Turner. Okay, got this. That name got my daddy blood on it. That name stays here. Turner. That name stays here. From the movie though, not the real actor. I don't know what the real actor said. All right, so here's the final thing. Josh Taylor, because I have to go over my questions for Devin Haney. Make sure I got some right questions. Make sure that is potent, that is tight, kind of short, not too long-winded. But let's do this. Josh Taylor versus Ramirez, possibly in Las Vegas. Hit the Tyson Bell. Josh Taylor versus Ramirez, possibly in Las Vegas, right? You got Bob Arum talking about Eddie Hearn. How about Fury versus Joshua? Look, what does that mean? Build it and it will come. That's right. What does that mean? What does that now? I love that that's going to be in Vegas, that they're talking about it's going to be in Vegas. What does that mean? We're talking about the new Raider Stadium or something like that. What does that mean? What does it mean? We know we're talking about a full capacity stadium, a full capacity crowd. Okay, is that where the money is? Hold on. If Josh Taylor Ramirez can be in the States, we know AJ and Tyson Fury can be in the States. We love your content, ShowBizz. You're the best. Thank you so much. Right? If Josh Taylor and Ramirez could be in the States, AJ and Tyson Fury could be in the States, right? Okay, Las Vegas. I've heard Floyd Mayweather say that the fight wasn't big in the States, but it's big in the UK. We'll see. Hit the Tyson Bale. Now we know that Saudi Arabia is in the lead, but we're here in Dallas Stadium. We're here in Las Vegas. As these stadiums start opening up, right? You're starting to hear some things. You got Canelo Alvarez versus Billy Joe Saunders, AT&T Stadium. Full capacity crowd. We survived 2020 up off it. Hey, look, I want to say this: a network on the making, my man. I want to say this: it gives me chills how we survived 2020. It gives me chills how we survived this pandemic. We lost a lot of people. Let's put that out there now. We lost a lot of people. And it was just a tragic situation in the world, this pandemic. And you guys are in the war room. We're still here. Hit the Tyson Bell for all of you who are still here. And let's hit the Tyson Bell for all of you that we lost. We're getting to a point now. We're having full stadium crowds and stuff like that, man. Beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. Daryl Alexander. Daryl Alex, my man. A way to get around the Riff Raff ShowBizz would be to make the live stream available for Patreons only. Yeah, I thought about that. Justice suggested for future interviews. I thought about that. Yeah. Get a Patreon, and I thought about that. Thank you so much. That's another way. You think like you're a businessman, right? You're a business man, so that's another way to the bag. Come on, let's talk about 2020. Let's not talk. We're talking about us surviving. We're not talking about the bad vibes. We're talking about the good things. We're talking about right now. I think you missed the point. So Josh Taylor versus what does that mean for Anthony AJ Joshua versus Fury? Can that be done in Las Vegas? What I'm saying is, since they're narrowing hold on. Did we just make another point? Josh Taylor versus Jose Ramirez was signed. The fight was signed. They didn't have a venue. Hold on. Did we just make another point? Wait a second. For all the naysayers, did we just make another point? Canelo Alvarez and Billy Joe Saunders were signed. That fight was signed. Didn't have a venue. Josh Taylor versus Jose Ramirez signed without a venue. That means it happens all the time. Everybody going, ah! That means it happens all the time. Right? Josh Taylor versus Ramirez look like it's going to be in Vegas now. But it was signed without a venue. Anthony AJ Joshua versus Tyson Gypsy King Fury, signed, no venue. Why that fight is the fight that's not going to happen out of all the fights that are signed without venues. And here's the thing. It's been signed for 2 fights. Don't forget, the rematch is signed too. Hit the Tyson Bale. So it's a fight talking about double the money. There's a lot of money involved. They're going to make that fight happen. And it's June. Wait a minute. Mike Tyson talking about fighting Holyfield May 29th. They're talking about late June, July. If Mike Tyson, 50-something years old, can be ready for a fight May 29th, then I know those boys in their prime can be ready for a fight early July. A new voice in the net, one way to your way. So that's it for our show. Point made and point taken ShowBizz. My man, my birthday is June 28th. I'm gonna be lit this year, man. You ain't lying. That's it for my show. I will be traveling in May for the Canelo Billy Joe Saunders fight. I will not be at the fight, though. I will be on vacation. But with that said, I will still call the fight from my vacation. It's going to be a beautiful look. Hopefully, I call the fight from outside on the beach or something extremely ridiculous, something extremely fun like that. I will be on vacation, but I will be with you guys on fight night and probably hit the club right after that fight. ShowBizz, the adult. I'm out. Huh. Hey, show up for the Devin Haney interview later on today. I'm out of here. Let me hit that. Yeah.